Hey, Popeye are the latest.
Good morning, Popeyes. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
Greetings, viewers and subscribers. In today's journey, we are in the parish of Hanover. We are going to be starting where we left off yesterday. Now, in this journey, we are going to be passing places like Dias, Middlesex, Greenland, Dryhill. No, Hanover people. Hanover people, help me out. We are heading towards Lucy. So, sit back, relax, and drive with me. Now, we are not sure whether or not this person has returned home as yet. If she returned home, we are happy. Her name is Nicole Harrison, and she is 17 years old. She is living at King Street in Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. Nicole, she was reported missing at the Barnett Street Police Station in Montego Bay on Monday, July 25th, 2022. We are told that Nicole, she was last seen on Sunday morning, July 24th, 2022, about 8 o'clock. Nicole was seen walking in her community. She has not been seen or heard from since. Nicole, she's of a slim build, black complexion, and she's about 5 feet 3 inches tall. When last seen, Nicole was wearing a red dress, black sweater, and a pair of white slippers. She also has a scar on her left foot. Now, Nicole, it's not the first time her parents are reporting her missing. We are told that she has been reported missing on at least 3 previous occasions. Nicole, you need to go home to your mother. She is worried sick about you. Nicole, if you are listening to this, or if somebody know where Nicole is, please make sure you hear this. Nicole, nothing where you run down outer road, it not done for you. And don't think it's only sweetness outer road. Sourness outer road too. Pregnancy out there. And worse than that, disease out there too. And we are talking about some disease what can better. What we ratting off that same thing there where you have outer road. And that's where you're still young. And you have a whole heap of life in front of you. Nicole, slow down. Now, if you know where Nicole is, please contact police emergency at 119 or the Montego Bay Police Station at 876-952-2333. And talking about someone being missing, this family, they are seeking some closure. That man on your screen, his name is Mr. Louis Ethel Dwyer. He is popularly known as Sonny or Sweat Lamb. Now, on January 29th, earlier this year, Mas Sonny, he would have celebrated his 86th birthday. He lived at Pit 4 in the parish of St. James. Now, Mas Sonny, he has been missing for 5 years now, when he was 81 years old. Do you have any information that can give this family some closure? If you do, send us a WhatsApp message. 876-458-9111. And if you don't want to text us or WhatsApp us, just call 119 or the Montego Bay Police at 876-952-2333. Now, if you haven't checked it out yet, we also have a Facebook page with the same name, Popeye News Links. If you are on Facebook, please go to that page and click on follow. On that page, we try to give you the news as it happens, and we are going to be updating the page. Yeah man, we are doing some work over there. Remember, go over there and click on the follow button so you can get the up-to-date news. Now, this first incident, it took place this morning, Wednesday, July 27th, 2022, about some minutes after 6 o'clock. It took place along the Seaford Town main road in the Betheltown police area in the parish of Westmoreland. So what we are learning is that a Toyota Coaster bus being driven by a man in his late 40s. He also lives in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, this Toyota Coaster, it runs to Montego Bay and it normally leaves the area early with persons for work or otherwise in Montego Bay. So this morning was no different. Persons would have gotten up from very early, even before 5 o'clock, shower and tell their loved ones later. I'm not even sure if some of them ate breakfast. So they were on this Toyota coaster. It had left Berkshire and was heading towards Seaford Town. We are told that the Toyota coaster, it was heading down a hill, and the driver, he was in the process of negotiating a right-hand corner when the driver would have plied this route almost every day, sometimes 3 or 4 times per day. He ended up losing control of the Toyota coaster. We are not sure exactly what could have caused it. As a result, the bus went over a precipice on the left-hand side of the road, stopping on its side. All the occupants of the bus, they were injured and they were rushed to hospital, but 2 females who were in the bus and on their way to work, they died on the spot. The 2 females, they are Yasmin Kerr. She was 23 years old and she was said to be a nurse. She lived at Dundee District. That lady on your screen, her name is Meleisia Ricketts. She was 32 years old and she was a housekeeper at a location in Montego Bay. She lived at Berkshire District. Now, Yasmin and Meleisia, like we said, they both died on the spot. The other occupants, they were transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where they were admitted. Some of them, we are told, in a serious condition. Now, let's hope that everyone else who were on this bus stay alive. But if there's anything else, we will certainly be updating this story. Sad indeed. We'd like to take time out to say condolences to the family and friends of these 2 hardworking ladies. May their souls rest in peace. Ah boy. Now, this next incident, it took place yesterday afternoon. Tuesday, July 26th, 2022, about 3 o'clock. It took place at Beeston Spring in the parish of Westmoreland. We are learning that a man, he's in his early 50s. He's said to be a farmer and he's also living in the parish of Westmoreland. It is said that this man, he was riding his red 2022 Missile CG 150 motorcycle along the Beeston Spring main road. When on reaching a certain section of the road, a hoodlum, he walked out into the path of the motorcycle. It is said that he brandished a gun and pointed it at this man who was riding the bike, instructing him to stop. The man who was riding the bike, he stopped. The hoodlum, he then ordered him off the bike and rode away with the motorbike. Just like that. Ah boy. So let me ask you something. Have you hit on the like button as yet? If you have not yet hit on the like button, remember to hit on it. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, remember, hit on the subscribe button, as also hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that as you drop a new video, you will be the first to be notified. Now, in the final story for today, word on the street is that this one has jealousy written all over it. This one is gonna be very hard for some persons to listen to, but on this channel, we search for truth. So here is what we are learning. That man on your screen, his name is Leonard Jackson, but he's popularly known as Jacko. Now, Jacko, he was 55 years old and he was a tour bus driver. He was employed to QK Tours in Montego Bay and he lived at Providence in Flankers, also in Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. So let me tell you what is think on the streets of Montego Bay. And if you should go to the Sangster International Airport and talk to any tour bus driver, this is what they are going to be telling you. Jacko, he lived with his spouse, but he was seeing another woman. We are told that another man was also seeing this other woman. So when that man found out that Jacko was seeing her too, him started sending threats to Jacko. We are told that Jacko, he told some of his friends and co-workers about these threats. Now, Reggae Sumfest started last week, July 18th, and QK Tours was contracted to do some work at Reggae Sumfest. Now, if you know about QK Tours, is it QK? I hope I'm calling it correctly, you know. But if you know about this tour company, it's mostly the larger buses, referred to as coach, like those you are seeing on your screen, that are in their fleet. Jacko, he drove one of those coaches. So the tour company, it was contracted to transport staff and other persons for Reggae Sumfest. And Jacko, he was assigned to do some of this transporting. In fact, Jacko's duty was to transport personnel to and from Kingston, to and from the venue at Catherine Hall. So we are learning that Saturday evening, Saturday, July 23rd, 2022, Jacko, he would have carried some persons from Kingston to the Catherine Hall venue where Reggae Sumfest was being held. And Jacko, he was supposed to carry back some persons to Kingston. Early the next morning, Sunday morning, the bus that Jacko drive, it was parked in the Sumfest venue at Catherine Hall. What Jacko did Saturday night was he took a taxi and he went home to freshen up so that he could be fresh for his journey back to Kingston the next morning. Jacko, he was now at home and he was freshen up and ready to go back to the venue. We are told that he left his home early Sunday morning, July 24th, about 2 o'clock, because Jacko, he didn't want the folks who were supposed to be going back to Kingston, he didn't want to know that they were ready and he was not at the venue. We are told that Jacko, he walked out onto the road and was waiting on a taxi. We are told that a lone hoodlum walked up, brandished a gun and opened gunfire at Jacko. The hoodlum, him didn't rob Jacko because that was not his aim. His aim was to kill Jacko, nothing else. The hoodlum, he then made good his escape on foot in the area. We are told that Jacko, he received gunshot wounds to his right side. Now, residents of the area, they rushed to Jacko's assistance and they transported him to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he was admitted in a serious condition. Jacko was later transferred to the intensive care unit at the Falmouth Hospital. But yesterday morning, Tuesday, July 26th, 2022, at exactly 20 minutes after 6 o'clock, the hard-working, jovial, fun-loving Leonard Jackson, known to everyone as Jacko, he died in the Falmouth Hospital whilst being treated. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Papa in Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them knock out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a